For the record,
Battle Royale games.
no, we're recording. I'm putting this beer on the floor.
No, put it on the table. We literally have a table.
We have a table. Why would you put it on the floor?
On it.
I thought we didn't want it in shot.
No.
Doesn't
Why
matter.
would we not want it in shot?
I don't know. Why are we getting higher? Why are we talking higher?
Who cares?
Hello.
Hey,
I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
Friend of the show. None other than the one, the only.
Caleb
Oh,
Sanders!
Yeah, that's me. I didn't know they were waiting for me.
You act like you've never done this before, man.
I forgot.
Listen, you take a couple months off.
And you suck, just like the rest of us.
Apparently.
Welcome back down to being a mere mortal, Caleb.
Wait a minute. What did I just agree to? What happened?
Mortality is what you disagreed to.
you just agreed to
I
die.
feel like we all implicitly agreed to mortality upon birth.
Agree is a strong word, I think. It's forced upon us.
Yeah.
We don't say, hey, I would like to die someday.
I am not afraid to.
We're told, hey,
Die.
you're going to die someday. There's a difference.
Oh my god.
Does it matter? Not at all, but there is one.
I didn't really
Define
know all
the
this
difference.
coming into this. This is kind of blowing my
You know what
mind.
you're getting into.
Become a philosophical podcast.
This is blowing my mind a lot.
Save point has changed entirely.
It's the SP now stands for.
Sad point.
Uh,
I didn't know this was gonna happen.
No, that's my personal YouTube channel.
Sad point.
I was
Sad point.
gonna say Sophocles Pythagoreanism, but
Nerd.
Sophocles Pythagoreanism?
Yeah.
What is it, like a philosophical debate on the construction of the triangle?
yes.
What the hell did you just call me?
Sweet. Called you Pythagorean. What you gonna do about it?
Yeah, you plebeian Pythagorean. Are you afraid of being like
I
Pythagoras was
understand
too?
most of those words, Sam.
I am happy to be here.
You know, Pythagoras
Actually,
was definitely afraid of beans.
Welcome back, Caleb.
yeah.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah. Life gets busy and things happen, and here I am again.
Yeah.
Life gets busy and things happen.
So, I mean,
Caleb Sanders story.
I think it's safe to say that you're probably no longer necessarily, I don't necessarily want to say a regular on the show, but not like a...
Friend.
You're not going to be here every
Friend
episode
of the
anymore.
show.
I was going to say,
I'm a
we've changed your
friend
title
of the
to
show.
Friend of the Show, Caleb
It
Sanders.
says on my business card. Friend of Safe Point Productions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So yeah, you're our one and only regular on here now, is what that means.
I'm wearing Batman socks.
Those are tight. Where'd you get those?
I just thought I would, I don't know.
Yeah, they are a little
Christmas.
tight. Are they children's
Here's the thing.
socks? They're like really tight.
I'm at a
They're supposed to be
stage in
tight.
life where I actually get socks for
You wear
Christmas.
loose socks, Sam?
That was a goof, as it were.
I got these for Christmas.
Was it a goof troop?
A troop of goofs? Does that imply that there are multiple?
Already our worst podcast.
How many troops are?
That's not true. Have you watched the first one?
Yeah, it's pretty
Shut up,
bad.
it's a great podcast.
It
It's pretty good.
was okay.
I watched it once.
No, you didn't.
I actually have not
No, I
watched the
did.
first podcast. We recorded it.
Don't lie, Caleb. Honestly, our first podcast is still the video that has the most views. 136.
Yeah, it's like 130 some now.
What did you get for Christmas?
What did I get for Christmas? What did I get for Christmas?
Was it the drone?
It was the drone,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
I got the drone for Christmas, which, for you people, I got... Actually, it's over here. I'm just going to...
Well, they got this
This...
on the drive home. They were telling me about it, and they kept saying over and over again, "I hope it's the good one." And they're looking at each other because they know it's like some kind of secret or something.
This thing has the most extra packaging I've ever seen for anything.
Unbelievably extra.
Ever, but it's amazing.
And now I get to
I really
say,
hope it is the good one.
exactly.
I think it
So
is.
do I. It's the good one.
It's a spirit bike.
What happened to it? I've never seen the music turn off before. What happened? We'll do it again?
The drone disagreed with my.
Okay. But it's a collector's edition drone is really what it is. It's even got legitimate wax
Imperial seals on the side of it too, which is super dope.
Those were signed by Darth Vader himself, actually.
Yeah, where?
Damn, I forgot about the nail on the wall.
Oh my! For those of you
I didn't
who
see that.
can't see, you know,
I
at
apologize for this
4K
right now,
resolution.
audience, but somebody stepped on my cable and I have to fix my microphone.
The reason that there is... Oh, you're fixing it. Don't say anything. The reason there's a nail on the wall was from when we were doing Spook Point and we hung a ghost on the wall.
It was spoopy ghost.
But we ended up hanging from your microphone anyway. It was on the wall for like 2 days. And we put it on
Yeah,
the
but then we
microphone.
put a bucket on the nail.
It's true, we did put a bucket on the nail.
It was the orange pumpkin one on that.
Spook Point, still the best month of Save Point. It was so much fun.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
when we did. That was when we did Resident Evil, right?
Resident Evil.
Uh-huh.
My favorite bit ever in a Save Point video was when the pizza man came while we were playing
That was Dead Space.
Dead Space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And knocked, and Chris was like, "Oh!"
I jumped a few times in that video. All of you guys were scared, but what irritates me is that I was the only one that was visibly scared.
Yeah, well, because Chris is over here and Sam is here.
Nope, I was actually where Sam is sitting.
Okay, so Chris is over
Chris,
here and
me,
Sam is
you.
here, and I'm sitting there, and I am afraid because I'm playing Resident, but I'm not. I'm like, Chris, shut up, keep going. No, Chris.
Sam was playing Dead Space. Sam played Dead Space. You and I had already played it.
Dead Space was when the pizza man.
Which
came.
one did you play?
I didn't play any of them.
No, you played Alien Isolation.
Why didn't Chris
I
play?
did play Alien Isolation, that's right.
Either way, I just wanted it to be over.
Resident Evil is terrifying. I cannot wait to play Resident Evil VR.
Well, okay, that's one of the things I
I'm not
wanted
ready
to
for
talk
that.
about. It's okay because
Caleb got a Vive.
I got a Vive, and one of the first things I was wanting to do is like, hey, I'm gonna get a horror game and play a horror game because it's so like the thought is so enticing. You go into it and you're like, oh, it's just gonna be like, you know, it's kind of scary, like when you're playing a game at night and all the lights are off and all that. But no, it's totally different. It's not like lights are off. Like there's
There
no
are no lights.
it's like that is your perception, what it's building around.
It
And
is
so,
difficult to describe the experience of being in VR, but it legitimately just tricks your brain into something else that is
Yeah.
so convincing that you're in, like, occupying that space, that virtual
honestly.
space.
And like, you know, you'll play a game where you kill a guy and he's on the ground and you're walking and you almost stumble because you think you're about to trip on the guy, so your
Absolutely.
brain like
Is that not like conditioning you for murder?
No. Does Mortal Kombat condition you for
No.
murder?
It's different because you're not looking through friggin' like somebody's eyes.
Does Call
like,
of Duty
running out.
Listen,
condition you for war?
politicians figured out a long time
Maybe.
ago that
No.
video games are the reason that there's so much violence in the
Yeah,
world. So you
politicians
can
are
go
never
ahead
wrong.
and close that case, sir. It's already been done.
I didn't hear you. What?
Obviously, video games cause violence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. I watched the news in the 90s.
Fox News told me.
Case closed,
and
sir.
Fox
Goodbye.
News yesterday. So
Yeah, well, yeah. All right. Anyways, and yes,
freaking shots fired. Take that, Fox.
yeah. I bet you use items.
Yeah, I bet you use items in Smash Brothers, you punks.
Probably play on that hand and bow stage from Brawl.
Okay, so like I went through and I was playing some of the most common VR games, like Job Simulator and
Love Job Simulator.
there's one called Brookhaven Experiment. Yeah, it's like this scary game, and you put the headset on, and you're standing there, and you just hear this lady on the radio, and you're looking down the hallway this way and that way, and it's just
Booby.
dark. There's like one light down the end, and
Oh.
you see this dude peek his head out. You're like, nope, go away.
That's when you throw the headset off and punt it out the window.
I have broken one TV so far.
You broke a TV?
I broke a TV.
What'd you do?
I'm not lying either,
Did you
right?
throw one of the motion controllers?
No, I think I was
kicked it.
I think I was playing this fighting game and I was just going so like and I punched the TV. Controllers are pretty sturdy, I found out. They've taken quite a beating.
That's hilarious. I mean, I'm sorry about that, but that's hilarious.
No, I'll show you guys. There's like little like scuffs on the controllers. It's because I've smacked them into the walls and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say most people will actually like move like shit around their rooms so that they don't.
No, I did that and then I just walked into the walls anyways.
Oh, okay.
Well,
yeah.
you need like a dedicated VR room, right? Like if we did it in
Depends on
this
what you-
room, we
depends on
would
what you're
break
doing.
everything.
Yeah.
Like I mean, for something like the PlayStation VR, like the cables are short enough that you're not gonna wander too far.
They
Walk off the
have
balcony.
a wireless VR with a battery that straps to your hip and connects up to the thing. So it's not like cordless per se, but like you don't have
Vive is
to.
about to come out with one. Did you see it?
Who?
Vive HTC is coming out with a wireless Vive.
It's like Vive Pro or something.
Yeah.
Or is that like their next edition?
So
I
you
don't
have
know.
the Vive Amateur.
I know I have the Vive Plebeian edition.
It's entering in the Pro-Am golf tournament.
Yeah, well, I really should get some more games for it. There's a lot of stuff to do that I haven't tried out
Yeah.
yet. So
What games are you looking to get next?
I want to get
Resident
honestly,
Evil.
yeah, Resident Evil, just because
That'll be something else, man.
it really will
That's
be.
gonna be something else.
There's no way to describe. Like you can. It's funny because like when you're a job simulator, like, oh, I'm cooking a hot dog or like throwing eggs around or whatever.
Which is
It's-
so silly, but at the same time, it's still legitimate.
Yeah.
It feels so real. There's something so strange that even watching videos, you just can't perceive of having something feel like it's in a visible space.
And
like,
for that-
like an actual space, like just seeing the depth of something far away
absolutely.
blows my mind.
Well,
Like,
to
every
be able
single
to
time
have
I'm in
that,
VR.
and then we're gonna have a crazy lady who like what happens to her? You
She's like-
throw an
she's like-
axe on her shoulder or something?
Oh yeah, the girlfriend who you like stab with an axe. And
Oh
shit.
my God.
She cuts off your hand with a chainsaw. at one
I
point.
might make it 15 minutes. It's
I
legitimately
I played the beginning
horrifying.
of that game enough times that I'll probably be able to
Yeah.
make it through that in VR. But then once you get to the stuff with Jack, I think that'll be the
I
end
think
of
I
it for
could
me.
make it through the Jack stuff.
Now-
I was not that scared by the Jack stuff.
I
It's the house afterwards, the little girl and the old lady.
my only experience with Resident Evil so far is what I played on the channel.
Or I mean, even once you get to like the mold monsters in the basement, like that'll be rough too.
Ugh.
So, yeah, you've only played like the
Seriously,
first like,
you've played,
the
like,
demo, but you
maybe-
basically played what was the demo.
Yeah, it went a little past. You don't fight the girlfriend in the demo.
Holy moly! I'm both super excited and very terrified to pick it up.
It was
but
one of my favorite games from last year, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I think it was very, very good.
I'm excited nonetheless.
On that note, I know we don't really do like straight topics anymore, but there's something that I wanted to take the opportunity, since you're here, Caleb,
Yeah.
to bounce off you guys. Which the Game Awards just happened. There's another one that's coming up. Oh, it's the Dice Awards are coming up soon, which are the developer.
The nominees were stupid. I'm gonna throw it out there. Whoever nominated stuff for the Dice Awards did a poop job.
The Dice
You
Awards.
Should be ashamed.
I kind of disagree with that.
Neither Persona 5 nor Nier were nominated in the best storytelling category.
Because there were other games.
What were the alternatives? I guess. Okay, hold on. I know what
Zelda
the
and Horizon, I know, were on basically everything.
Literally, Zelda and Horizon were in almost every single category.
I like
But
that the
I
Game
mean, you
Awards
gotta- you
were
gotta
very
understand-
diverse
you
in their
gotta understand,
selection.
This is they're looking at it from a developer's view and not necessarily from a gamer's view. Is they actually have different criteria than the Game Awards, because it's I don't remember what DICE stands for. It's not the company owned by EA. It's
otherwise,
developers.
otherwise it'd be the microtransaction award.
It's developers, something else, whatever.
Pay $2.99 to nominate your game.
It'd be more than $2.99. Let's be honest here.
It's EA. We pay $400 to nominate your game.
But what I want to post to you, since Sam and I never did it, is I want to know what your favorite games from last year were.
Oy. Well, yeah, I guess we are in 2018 now.
Yeah,
Holy
give me
crap.
like your top 5.
Oh, top 5? You know what? I can't
even
think
like
of...
top 5. And
I can give
some
like
shout-outs.
top couple just because I forget
Yeah,
how
like
many...
a few. Like a couple. Like,
Yeah,
Nier-
just whatever your favorite games were from last year.
Nier came out last year,
Cute
right?
robot
Nier
game.
came out last
Cube
year.
Robot game came out last year. That game was so good. The storytelling was crazy. It did get a
Not
little
good
bit...
enough for the Dice, apparently.
So there's 3 replays on the game.
So you didn't even play Nier.
And it's a kind of similar story on the second one, and on the third one it's a totally different story. And the third story like blows your freaking mind and it's crazy, and you should play it if you haven't. It's like $40 now, I think.
No, I'm picking it up.
The soundtrack is pretty good and whatnot, and I'm a huge weeb, but it's cool because it's funny. It's
Well,
got
I
like,
remember when you got it. You actually invited me over to come see Nier.
yeah, it's really cool. It's
I remember being impressed by it. I was like, wow, that's a cool looking game. It's not I'm not.
I didn't
anything,
expect it.
but I think it's neat looking.
well, it's cool because the soundtrack is really like grandiose, and then there's like bullet hell elements.
Oh, yeah.
But then there's like combat. What's the like slash and
Hack and slash.
I was gonna say slash and dash.
Slice and dice.
Slash and dash Rendar.
The Slice and Dice Awards.
Yes, Nier wins 100%. Nier was good. Obviously, you have all the Switch games that came out: Zelda, Odyssey, So good, all of them.
I still haven't played Zelda.
1-2 Switch.
1-2
Great-
Switch
what
was
a great
fun.
party game.
1-2 Switch is probably my
What
favorite
a
party game from last year.
Great party game.
It was good. It was funny. I mean, it ended up making us all look like idiots, but it was funny.
That's the best part of it, man. The runway minigame on that might be my favorite thing to
Oh
watch.
my god. We got a group of our friends together, and my girlfriend and one of our friends' wives were playing the, like, walk down this runway.
No, it wasn't
minigame.
Claire. It was Philippe.
Well, it was Philippe, because
Philippe was the our friend Philippe
forgot
was
what
the
Philippe doing
champion
it.
at the runway minigame in
him and his wife did it a few times.
whatever the name of that was. Nobody beat Phil went undefeated. It was unbelievable. I've never seen a better runway star. Somebody call
He's so
Project
fabulous.
Runway.
Someone called Ruddock. It's a great game. It's like one of those things where, like, we
It's
can bring,
super
like,
fun.
our significant others who aren't necessarily gamers in, and they can enjoy it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because all the tasks are simple enough to understand.
We who are hardcore grizzled gaming veterans can enjoy it. Right? It's a great game.
Hardcore game-
Sorry to cut you
hardcore
off.
gamers.
Please continue.
No. It's
No,
fine.
I like the conversation.
I'm trying to think. What other games came out in 2017 that you guys know of? Well, because was Horizon 2017?
Oh yeah, Horizon.
Still haven't played
Horizon
it.
was probably my favorite game from last
Still
year.
haven't played it. I know they love.
I
they
just
love it.
finished
I
the
can't
DLC
recommend
for
it
it
enough.
yesterday.
Now here's the thing. There's literally one thing that's keeping me from going back to it. Is that anytime you want to pick up anything ever, there's this ridiculous
It's
bending
the-
over and picking up action. The problem is you're picking up things constantly.
It's like the Red Dead
It
Redemption
doesn't
clause.
Stop.
Okay,
I
I
hate
have
it
put-
so much.
I've put about 15 more hours into the game than I'm about 45. I think I have 46 hours into this game now. All right?
I hate it so
It
much.
does not bother me at all.
It's fine at first, but
I've
then
been-
once you get to the point where there are like sticks and medicine, meds, and all this stuff everywhere, I see big open expanse and I just go. I'm gonna have to pick all that up.
I never, like, I have spent literally almost 2 full days of my life playing this game, which is a weird thought. I had the thought, by the way, I realized between Persona, Nier, Destiny 2, and one other game. What other game I put a lot of hours into this year? Final Fantasy 15. I put over 200
Oh,
hours.
15 was
It was
7.
at the end of 16. It came out like
15 was
November
16,
16.
yeah.
But I spent most of my time playing it this year because I spent like January was playing that.
I was gonna say that's a pretty big one.
Between those 4 games,
15
I put
was okay,
well over
but-
200 hours just into those 4 games, not counting Battlefront 2, all the other games that I played this year, but like just
I put
those
a lot of
4.
time in Battlefront.
I haven't even beat Persona yet. But either way, so for me,
And you
Persona
put what,
5
like 40 hours into it? That game
Persona,
is ridiculous.
I'm at about 65 into
Still
Persona.
That's
haven't actually touched
ridiculous
that
to
game.
me.
I'm into Persona 5. Persona 5 is my game of the year. I haven't finished it actually, but 65 hours I think is enough to know the game is
I think it's fair.
great. Persona 5 is my game of
That's
the year.
wild to me because I don't play games like that, and to think that 65 hours into the game and you're probably what 3/4 of the way through it.
If even. I'm probably about 2/3 of the way through.
That's unbelievable to me.
So Persona 5's undoubtedly my game of the year. Horizon is my second. Horizon is an incredible game from start to finish.
Yeah, that's what
Horizon
I've
I
heard
love
all
to
around.
death.
I don't have I can't think of a bad thing with Horizon. The graphics are the best I've ever seen in a game, I think.
Plus Reddit loves that game.
They work amazingly. The story's great. Aloy is my favorite female character and maybe my all-time favorite video game character.
Oh my God.
At the
Love it.
very
It was
least,
very good.
Aloy, she tops Femshep for my favorite female character in a game now.
Femshep's good, but Femshep is based on the choices you make, so like in some
Yeah,
ways
yeah.
you could
Shep
love.
is you, so
but I
that
love
always
me.
bothers me when people pick Shepard as their favorite video game character. I was like, that doesn't really count.
Bastila was a really cool
Bastila
character.
was awesome.
She wasn't
Same voice. Same
voice
Jennifer
actress,
Hale.
yeah.
right. Hilarious. I don't get it. I'm trying to think of other good female
You know,
leads.
Jennifer Hale doesn't have a British accent. She puts that on for the Bastila voice, and it's
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Works
for the
very
long-
well.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that for
Femshep
the
is
longest
closer to
time.
her actual voice than Bastila is.
Yeah, Femshep is basically her.
Honestly, we were actually just talking about this recently. I really like all of the Mass Effect 2 female characters.
Miranda, Liara,
Jack.
Jack's my favorite, probably that
Jack
much.
is cool.
I romanced Liara in all 3 games, but
Yeah, you did.
She's got tentacles on her head, baby. It's like hentai everywhere.
but
I was always a Miranda kind of guy.
well, you know,
Yeah, I like
The booty.
humans.
I like human. Hey, Jack's the human. Can you romance Jack? Is that a thing you can do?
Probably.
If it is, I don't
If we're
know.
talking about romance options in video games, you can't beat Barrett in Final Fantasy VII.
What?
So in Final Fantasy VII, you can, depending on your actions, you'll either go on a date with Tifa or
Barrett, the big black guy?
what was the other girl's name? Shoot,
Aerith.
or Aerith, right? But
Okay.
if you're mean to
Tifa's
both,
the proper choice, by the way.
Tifa is the proper
I just want
choice.
to throw that out there.
Tifa's Bae. But if you're
Yeah.
mean to both of them, you'll go with Barrett. And
Yeah.
it's the funniest cutscene you'll ever see in a game. It's just Barrett and
God.
Cloud like angrily staring at each other on this like Ferris wheel
On the
ride.
Ferris wheel?
Yeah, it's literally,
So awesome.
they don't say anything. Like in the actual, if you go on one of the other 2 dates with a girl, it's not like conversation and stuff. They don't say anything. It's the two of them sitting, staring at each other on a Ferris wheel.
It's so
That's
funny.
awesome.
It's so funny. Especially
like-
when you think that game came out in like, what, 99?
Yeah.
Like,
So few people have like gotten that because everyone's nice to one of the two girls. At least
Tifa.
you have to be nice to both of them, or mean to both of them to get the Barrett option. And no one's mean to both of them because they're great
No, because
characters.
she was the best.
Tifa's a great video game character for females.
Yep.
What? Wait a minute.
Okay, but, okay, no.
Chris, what is your favorite then? Because I'm curious.
From last year?
Yes.
Hold up, I gotta chill.
Gee, I didn't know you were. I didn't know.
Chris said top 5. I've gone through 2 of my top 5
I don't even know 5 video games.
at all.
I'm legitimately blanking.
All right. Another thing, it's not a video game, but SNES Classic.
Yeah, come on, Sam.
SNES Classic was awesome.
SNES, if you will.
Not technically 17, but I'll allow it.
It came out.
Yeah, none of those
SNES.
games came out last year. That was my point.
Yeah, no, but well, technically speaking, Star Fox 2
Ooh,
came out.
SNES Classic.
Would you put Star Fox 2 as one of your top 5
No,
games?
it's
for last
bad.
year? No,
It's
it's
bad
so
game.
cool. There's a reason it didn't come out.
I love that it's got the little like it's the Wii
Yeah.
outlet or whatever you
I
want to call
guarantee you
it.
they just had a bunch of them sitting around in a factory like, we gotta figure out a way. to
The game that is not a. This is my last mention for the year.
Call it when pulling an.
Oh, I have 2 more mentions. I'm sorry. Fury. Came out
didn't you just start
early.
playing that?
Early. Yeah, I fucking played the crap out of Fury in the last
Oh,
week.
okay, yeah.
Fury's
Nice.
amazing.
Pretty
So I
cool.
missed Fury when it came out. I remember hearing it was good. Never actually played it. Then it was on sale this past week on PlayStation. Picked it up. Played the crap out of it. You need to play Fury. You will love it.
Yeah.
Everything you love about Dark Souls with like Daft Punk soundtrack and just like bullet hell.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I've seen a good bit of it.
it's a bullet hell game with a really dope soundtrack. Really dope
But the
soundtrack.
boss, it's all just boss fights. It's like a boss rush.
Yeah.
That game is incredible. Honestly, one of my top games of the year. And the other one I want to mention is a game that I would not put anywhere near a top anything list. The game, I have my problems with it. The most fun I think I had with any
So
game
this
this
is like an
year
honorable mentions.
is Destiny 2. When Chris and I, literally, the night it came out, we were in this room till 5 playing it.
That was hella fun.
Almost every day
Yeah.
for like 2 weeks, we'd be up to at least 2 or 3, just sitting here doing like
I don't
strikes
think
and
I
missions.
don't think I've ever had less sleep in my entire life, and I had insomnia in high school.
Dude,
was bad.
I very much miss the days of college where you would get together with a bunch of dudes and like just play some video games until literally
Which is
3:30.
hilarious.
It's like you know you have class in 4 hours, but
because we're not in college.
well, I'm
still
just
doing
saying
that.
no, and I'm saying if you can do that at 24 and still be fine, like holy crap, do it. It's
Some of my fondest college memories come huddled around a TV at like 4 in the morning.
yeah,
I'm
honestly,
25.
We play Strip Smash
Sir.
sometimes.
strip smash with a bunch of dudes at 4 in the morning.
It was a good time. True story. So real quick
Brings
side story.
joy to my heart.
Another friend of the show, who may or may not end up on the show at some point in time, but I got him Andrew Dorn. You guys met Dorn before. We hung out with Dorn.
Shout out to Dorn. What's up, dude?
Dorn, what's up, my boy? So Dorn's the man. The night before Dorn stayed at Taylor as a
I
perspective.
thought friend of the show was my title. He
Yeah.
can't be friend. He can be ally of the show.
He's a friend.
He's a friend. You're the friend of the show.
Okay.
You're the friend of the show. He's a friend of the show.
He's friend. He's friend to the show, and
he's
I'm
Sam's friend,
He's my friend of the show.
which makes
friend to
him,
the show, and the show's friend is one or the other.
No, you are
I am
friend
one
of the
assistant
show.
to the
I am
friend
one
show.
with the show, and the show is
Taylor.
one with me.
What?
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
All right, so the night before Dorn stayed at Taylor, so when he was in high school, his senior year was my sophomore year of college, and I acquired for his freshman year. We played Strip Smash that night. So there were a couple dudes who were naked on this couch. Dorn then stayed with Max
Right here.
and slept on that couch the next day.
That was not a detail that you told me.
No, here's the thing. We showered together. We had communal showers in my dorm. We were naked
When they say together,
every day.
They were
let's
naked on my
clarify.
couch?
They weren't in the same
no,
shower.
not this couch.
Oh.
No, not this couch.
I was like, why did this never come up?
I'm never
I was
getting
getting
on your
like-
couch.
Is this the dumpster couch?
I was getting
No.
This,
Oh.
no, this is a
No,
legitimate-
Tom and I put a couch in a dumpster. We're gonna get one out of a dumpster.
No, this is a legitimate couch.
Don't say that like it's beneath you. Wait a minute.
This is a dumpster table.
It wasn't in the
Dumpster
dumpster.
table.
It was next to the dumpster.
Yeah. Okay. From the dumpster region. The dumpster region.
No,
Listen.
this was not a dumpster.
I would not get
Okay.
a couch out of a dumpster. It's cloth in a dumpster.
These are very nice, by the way.
Thank you.
No, for real.
I didn't buy them; they were given to me.
This is
so
Chris's bed, in case you were wondering.
Basically, I sleep on it all the time.
I mean, how could you not? Holy
It's
crap!
so comfortable.
I fall asleep every time I come over here, and I'm a little bit tired, and I'm
It's
like,
so comfortable.
no, I'm sitting in that chair, and like you guys will come out every time, and you'll be like, oh, Caleb's asleep. Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's what I'll do is I'll be up doing whatever. I'll just throw Netflix on the TV. I'll fall asleep on the couch. I'll
Yeah.
set my alarm, make sure I get up. It's perfect.
Saturday night, Caleb and I are playing League of Legends online. Caleb's at his house. I'm here. I'm sitting at the table there. I have my headphones and we're talking. Our friend Tom is laying here. Chris is sitting there, and Chris's fiance Brittany's on the ground because he puts her on the
Floor.
ground on the floor.
Floor, and she chose the floor.
And I actually sit on the floor all the time here. I love sitting on the floor. They were watching Parks and Rec, I think.
We were
And all of a sudden, I'm like, Caleb, everyone's asleep. I could just hear all three. All three of them were snoring. It was this symphony of.
There's a chorus of snores.
It's like a group of. Like, it was like a freaking like barbershop
snores.
quartet of bears.
We were the
Just-
chorus. We were the chorus of snores.
A snorus. It was a snorus. A Greek snorus. But yeah, so that happened. Those are my things. Destiny 2, like I said with Chris earlier, it's the most fun I had playing a game this past year, but it's not a.
I know Destiny
Amazing
2
game in
had
and
some
of itself.
problems
I call
recently.
It, I call it amazing.
I call it a very good game.
I call it amazing. Well, I mean, the biggest issues people have is just that it wasn't designed with the same kind of longevity that the first Destiny was. It's designed really so that you can sit down and kind of grind your weeklies out in a shorter amount of time. And I guess some of the more hardcore players aren't super happy with that. But I mean,
I mean, I probably
it's better for people like me that have less
Now-
free time.
You guys both enjoyed Battlefront 2, but you wouldn't put it anywhere near the top.
I enjoyed the hell out of Battlefront 2, and that is actually going to be in my top 5.
I put a lot of time into Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Now, and
But-
I don't want to say that I'm blind to its issues or anything. I'm perfectly blind.
Sure.
But beneath all of the stupid shit is a wonderfully fun game.
Yeah, I had the same opinion, honestly. Like
And it's honestly, it's way better than now than it was at launch. And it's just, it's
Yes.
getting better with all the stuff they're
well, have they
releasing.
fixed okay, I'm okay with like loot boxes and scummy business practices and whatever, but like cuz I can still like play the game at the end of the day, but have they fixed the servers and whatnot?
Yes.
For the most part.
That's really the biggest issue.
Yeah.
It's actually being able to play the game.
Yeah, I haven't had any issues recently.
There was some like a month ago, remember? Where
There's a
Starfighter
bit
Assault was
where-
unplayable for like 3 days.
Yeah, that was really weird, but that got fixed real fast.
But the biggest problem for me with it right now is that Heroes vs. Villains is a literally unplayable game mode. I have been trying to play it. I have not had a
have the same
game
issue.
where there has not been at least 2 credit farmers in the game.
I haven't had that issue recently.
Every
believe
game.
it or not.
It's been an achievement right now, where one of the achievements is like play a certain number of games of Starfighter Assault for like the current like season campaign thing,
Oh,
right?
I can see people farming that then.
And it's just every game I've been in has been about half of the people in the game have been farmers. It's just not fun.
that I understand.
It's just Heroes vs. Villains.
I haven't had that issue, but I haven't played in the last few days.
So people would just log in and go AFK.
Oh, people have like they'll set like they'll like tile, they'll like
I
take
should
down
say
like a side of a
they'll like
controller.
they'll rubber band one of their sticks together so that way they're spinning.
So they're
in
probably just,
circles
like,
so
walking
they
in a
don't get
circle, like,
ejected
looking
for
down.
Inactivity.
Huh.
It was a big issue
Huge problem when the game
before
first
they
came
fixed like the credit distribution rate, and then after they actually fixed how you earn credits, it started happening a lot less.
Yeah, the original credit distribution rate was a flat rate
Terrible.
just being in the game.
Yep.
You're in a
And-
game, you get a flat rate of credits.
And then you got 50 more if you got top 5 was the next change, and then now they finally made it performance based.
Yeah, so you actually get like if you're like doing poopy, you get poopy
Good.
credits.
Yeah, as it should have been, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's like whatever, baby steps.
But yeah, sorry, please go ahead. I keep cutting people off.
No, you get. My favorite games from last year. I mean, Battlefront 2, which I think I've talked about enough on this show.
We've talked about it a lot on this
I
show.
enjoy it, and I mean, if you don't like it, then that's okay. I understand why. Much like The Last Jedi, if you don't like it, I understand it. But I thoroughly enjoyed Battlefront 2, and I still play it quite a bit.
I think it's perfectly fair if you did, to be honest. Because like some people will be like, and it's like, well, what's still a game? And it's freaking Star Wars. Like,
I
what?
honestly think it's leaps and bounds better than the first Battlefront.
Starfighter Assault's the most fun I've ever had flying a ship in a game.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's just the whole
So
thing.
much fun.
I still really enjoy it. And,
It's a fun game.
And my list is going to be really similar to Sam's, I think, because we played a lot of the same games this year.
fair
Horizon
enough.
Zero Dawn is one of my favorite ones.
So
It's got some of the
good.
most fun combat in a game I've ever played.
Undoubtedly, combat's awesome.
Which I think is the one thing that sort of stands out from the game outside of everything, because everything else that game does isn't necessarily something I'd call new or refreshing. I've called that game since I played it like open world caviar, where it's it's not something like groundbreaking, but everything it does well. The side quests are interesting. The main quest is interesting. The graphics are unbelievable, but the combat is where the game shines. It's fighting robots in that game is so unbelievably fun that I could just do it for hours.
What's like
40
robot dinosaurs or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, literally robot dinosaurs.
Robot dinosaurs.
It's
yeah.
freaking hilarious.
46
And they're-
hours in and it's still fun.
And they're designed in such a way that the bigger they are, you have to start chipping off pieces of their armor and stuff and fight them in specific ways. And there's so many tools at your disposal to do it. It's the combat is so unbelievable.
Here's a great example. Some of the monsters, the worst one, the Thunderjaws. The only quick way to bring out a Thunderjaw is they have a heart in the middle. There's 2 layers of armor on the outside of the heart. If you chip those down on both sides, you can get to the heart, but they're moving constantly. So you have to get shots in on the heart.
Gotcha.
And you don't have to. You can kill it just by chipping away, but if you want to kill it in like less than 10 minutes.
I saw very brief gameplay, and
It's-
it's funny because I came over one time and they both like shooed me out of the room so they could finish this scene. They're like, "We don't want to spoil this, but hey, nice to see
It
you."
was in the Sun Dome.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. That's one of the coolest parts of the whole. That might be the coolest part of the whole
That's a pivotal
game.
point in the game.
They were like, "Get out!"
That one was awesome.
That part is incredible. I forgot all about that whole scene in the arena.
But I mean, yeah, and again, that's another game I think I've talked about a bunch on this show, and I don't want to spend too much time, especially since Sam just talked about it. But I mean, the combat is what really does it for me for Horizon. It was really cool. I mean, the setting itself, like a post apocalyptic setting, was super cool.
Ooh, I know one bad thing I think about this game.
Eh.
One bad thing about Horizon.
Having to pick up everything ever,
The
and there's
cauldrons-
a 3-second animation every time you do it, and it's so
It's not 3
damn
seconds. It's like
annoying.
probably half a second.
God, it's terrible.
The cauldrons suck. I'll go out there and say that. I've done all of the cauldrons. I enjoyed one of them.
I liked the cauldrons.
I wanted to like them so much. I
every
enjoyed
argument.
one of them. The one where it's inhabited by the Eclipse. And
What
you're
are,
just killing
are
them
they
the
just
whole
like
way.
challenge
I
zones
didn't
or
do all
whatever?
of them. They're like the. Did you play Assassin's Creed Brotherhood?
Yes.
You remember all the temples that you could go
Yeah.
into?
Okay,
They're
so like those.
Yeah.
If you beat the cauldron, you get the ability to override, like take control of different robots.
Yeah. Which is where they're worth doing. But I didn't finish all of them.
So every robot in the
I didn't do
game,
one
if you
he's
get the
talking about.
override for, you can tie them down and override them, make them fight for you.
Or you can
Ooh.
ride some of them.
Yeah, you can ride some of them.
Well, I mean, how could you not be able to?
I think it's one of my favorite things to do in the game, though, is just like override like a really powerful one, and then sit back and watch it just like fight other ones. for me.
Absolutely.
Were there any things in 2018 that's upcoming that you guys are excited for?
God of War.
God of War, Dad of War,
Spider-Man.
Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3 is the big one for me.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Oh, Kingdom.
They said it.
I'll
They
believe
gave
it when I. I'll
Square
believe
gave
it
Wait a
when
minute,
I.
yeah, how
Square
will-
gave an official
I
2018
will
release
not
date.
believe them until the game is in my hands.
Neither will I, but Square has, for Square's sake, they have given they finally given an official release date for Kingdom
I'm really
Hearts 3.
hopeful for Mountain Blade Bannerlord.
For what?
Mountain Blade Bannerlord. I'm
For
hope
Blade Mountain Lord of the Banner?
Wait,
Dragon Ball
What is it
FighterZ,
called?
I'm also
Mountain
really
Blade 2. Yeah,
excited
Mountain
for it.
Blade
What is
2.
this game? What are you talking about?
You ever heard
Mountain
of
Blade.
Mountain Blade?
No.
Dude. I don't even know where to begin.
What?
Is he being facetious? I can't.
No,
tell.
I swear to you, I don't know how to
Mountain Blade's
convince
a
you
super popular PC
that I
game.
don't know what you're. I don't play PC. I've never had a PC to game
Okay,
on.
so-
my
I
entire life.
feel like it's big enough in the game and you would have heard the name.
Maybe. Mountain Blade is this game. So they had one called Warband recently. Well, not recently. I mean,
No, it was
their
like-
most recent one, rather.
But even then, that was like, what, 5-6 years ago?
Yeah, easily. They made this game. It's like you're like this guy who it's a true RPG or whatever you want to call it. You run around.
It's like Divinity, like that, like a Diablo kind of game, like a top-down RPG.
Kind of. Well, you go and you
It's
collect
third
all
person,
these
I think, isn't it?
like party members, and it's weird because like each party member you have feels kind of special, and then you just collect a literal army of people, like armies, and you go into battle with them. That's like the premise of the game.
Yeah.
It's
Just
like
war,
Overlord. It's like Overlord game.
kind of.
Yeah,
Just like
yes.
war with enemies. And
It's a lot
you,
of fun.
You lead the
StarCraft?
charge. You can build your forces
it's
and like
not an RTS.
divide them into
That was the
separate
thing.
like divisions or whatever. No, it's not like top down. It's like it's like a third person. You are in the fight with all your friends.
Yeah.
And well, not friends. It's AI.
No,
but
they're friends.
you tell them to go. You tell them to go and attack, and you like break them off into divisions
Game
and
sounds
stuff.
awesome.
It's
It's
What
super
the heck?
good. It's super
It sounds
good.
incredible.
Well, Bannerlord 2 or no, Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord is coming out hopefully in 2018.
Again, that's a game that I'll believe it when I see it.
Right, like they keep pushing it back. It was early 2017 to start. It's early 2018 now, and
Yeah.
like all their fans are like, "Dude, what are we waiting for now?"
Yeah.
But
But no,
Sounds awesome.
God of War and Spider-Man for me, and then Dragon Ball Fighters comes out in like
a
2
week.
weeks, and I'm so excited for
Oh
that.
my gosh, yeah. Okay, Dragon
I'm
Ball.
a huge Dragon Ball Z fan.
That looks hilarious.
I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, and so
That looks amazing.
To have a legitimate Dragon Ball fighting game is so awesome.
Chris
I
and I
mean,
was playing the snot out of that game when it comes out.
Yeah, right. Well, your guys' biggest thing has been fighting games recently, so it's just
Not recently. For as long as Chris and I have known each other.
my entire life.
Chris and I rotate through
okay.
fighting games.
Okay. And every time we play them,
I adore
I just
fighting
get
games.
destroyed. I can't play fighting games.
I
It's just what
adore fighting games.
I think you just don't play them that much. Like you don't play
That's
outside
fair.
of Smash.
I've literally grown up playing fighting games.
You
That's
picked
what
up
I'm saying.
Blaze Blue pretty quickly. You were at least holding
Oh,
your own
yeah.
in Blaze Blue.
You should play Tekken. It's really easy.
Tekken's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'd be up
grasp.
for that.
Honestly, like the Japanese 3D fighters, I think are a really good places to get in. Like Dead or Alive,
Soul
or Tekken,
Calibur.
Soul Calibur. Like
Soul Calibur 2 is one of my favorite fighting games.
those are all games that are really easy to grasp the concepts of and learn and then things
Yeah.
quickly. Especially because most of them have a character like martial law that's really easy to figure out. What's all?
He's just Bruce Lee. If
Martial law is literally Bruce
he's
Lee.
just Bruce Lee. But if
He's
you
even got the yellow pants with the dragon on it,
Yeah.
and he's like, "What the?"
Nunchucks, yeah. He doesn't, like, you know how fighting game characters usually will say something at the start of the fight, like, oh, you aren't ready for this. He doesn't say anything. He just,
But he has nunchucks.
Yeah,
he's living nunchucks underneath
swinging
going,
around.
"Wow!" And I'm
There
just
was
like,
one,
he's just Bruce Lee.
Who's the Mortal Kombat character who's the same way? What is his name? It's like
Bruce Lee Mortal Kombat character?
yeah.
Bruce Lee.
There is absolutely a Bruce Lee-esque Mortal Kombat character.
Oh, not Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung.
No, Shang Tsung is the evil guy, if I remember correctly.
No, yeah, you're right. No, I know who you're talking about. He's got a red headband,
And
and he's got the
his
dragon fist.
Partner Quan Li or whatever. Hold on.
Quan Li is who I was thinking of when I said Shang Tsung.
Yeah, Quan Li's
What is
the
his name?
rise-looking
It's not
dude.
it's not the dude with the it's not the dude with the razor blade hat. Why can't I remember his name?
The Razor Blade Hatch dude's name. What
is
is the
that
Razor
guy?
Blade Hat guy's name?
Why am I black? Scorpion?
Kublai Khan?
It's Sub-Zero! I knew
It
it!
is Sub-Zero. I knew
Liu
it.
Kang.
Liu
Yeah.
Kang!
Liu Kang. Thank you. That was gonna drive me nuts.
You get a friendly tap.
A
Liu
friendly
Kang
tap
is Bruce Lee
with a
isn't he?
lightsaber?
He's not. No, here's the thing. He's Bruce Lee-esque. Like you can tell he's inspired by Bruce Lee. Martial law in Tekken, literally Bruce Lee.
Literally Bruce Lee. There's no
Literally Bruce Lee.
difference. Tekken 7. We played Tekken 7 for a
His
video.
rage art finisher is the flying dragon kick. I mean, it's perfect.
Also,
it's hysterical.
Speaking of Tekken 7, Wednesday, 2 days ago, we uploaded a Tekken 7 video that I'll be finishing editing when we're done filming
Yeah.
this.
Don't tell him how the sausage is made, Sam.
Video's a ton of fun to film. It's a fun video. I literally just been watching the footage over and over again and again while editing it because it's so much fun. Yeah, watch that video.
Sausage.
It's a good one.
My
We're really
favorite video
excited.
done in a long time.
Have you not
Wow.
heard that turn of phrase?
Don't tell them how the sausage is made?
Yeah, because nobody wants to see how sausage is made. You know what I
I
mean?
don't want to see how sausage is made.
No,
That's
it's
a good
gross.
point.
But that's often used on productions is like don't show / don't tell how the sausage is made.
Very ignorant.
Have you,
apparently.
have you not heard that before? It's
No.
it's a legitimate thing.
Cool.
Other games in 2017 that I really liked, I said Battlefront, I said Horizon. Super Mario Odyssey is a definite standout for me.
That one was so good.
There's something so joyous about playing that game.
Right? It's great.
so
It's
fun.
very refreshing. It's like it really brings you back to like the 64 days and
It reminds me so much of Super Mario
It's so
64
great.
in the best ways, while
Exactly.
still adding on to that gameplay
and being
wise.
unique in the same way.
It's too easy.
Yeah. It's a Nintendo. What'd you expect?
It's so easy. It's so easy.
You think it's easy?
You haven't got to the Dark Side of the Moon stuff yet, have you?
This game is ludicrously easy.
Yeah.
I get that like there's a bunch of
Sam?
in-game stuff that's hard.
Yeah.
But to beat the game is ludicrously easy.
Yeah, but they also advertise it to like 6-year-olds.
Yes.
Okay.
But like I've been playing like Mario or like Yoshi's Island on my like N60 SNES Classic. Those games are like I played them when I was a little kid.
Yeah,
and
but
they're
you know
still
how-
hard now.
Yeah, but you know how kids are now? If it's too hard, they give up.
Maybe that's why.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe
There are also segments
Did
of...
the chicken come before the egg? Maybe video games started getting easy, and that's why kids are pansies now.
Because of video games?
Yeah,
I really
video
don't.
games made them pansy murderers.
I don't care that much to be a part of this conversation.
Chris has already made his political statements behind the camera, so it's okay.
And on camera a little bit, too.
And on camera.
We're well
I don't-
aware of how much Chris agrees
I
with
like
us.
to think that I'm pretty damn transparent.
Ooh, Days Gone for games coming out this year. I'm sorry, I just came to mind.
Is that coming out this year?
supposed to.
What is that?
I don't believe that. Again, I just don't believe that
It's
one
a
either.
dope looking zombie. I'll show you.
It's
the
a
trailer
zombie
later.
game.
It looks really cool.
It's got fast zombies in it. It's like World War Z, the game.
It really is.
Yeah.
Fast zombies.
It's like if you played.
Oh, I know what you mean.
It's like if you played as freaking Daryl from The Walking Dead in World War Z.
But worse.
Ooh. See, I went back and I played a recent Walking Dead game, and I'm like, I always wish they actually made a good game, like a good action game. That was
Left 4
based
Dead.
on, like that. What didn't they make a really god awful The Walking Dead game a while ago?
Yeah.
Don't you play as Daryl or something? It's so
No,
bad.
He plays Michonne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Might be worse.
Also, Left 4 Dead.
But like with story,
Oh, Left 4 Dead was pretty good,
I
wasn't
like
it?
story focused games.
Left 4 Dead was really good though.
That's why the shutdown of the Star Wars Naughty Dog style game will always be upsetting to me.
Dude, did you read into that game? There was a whole
Oh, yeah.
buttload of issues.
I am
man.
not saying EA is 100% at fault, but all parties at fault should feel bad about themselves.
Oh,
They had the
yeah.
opportunity to create something really special and they screwed it up.
Did you see the story leaked too? Man, I'm sad to see that one go. That was going to be
It looked really
outstanding.
cool.
Are we talking about?
Visceral.
The Visceral got shut down, and along with it, the Star Wars game left.
What was the Star Wars game's name?
It never had a name. It was untitled.
What was the one that got canceled when Disney bought Star Wars?
Wait, who are the
That had been in
Titanfall 2
production for a
developers?
while.
Assault.
No, there was one that had been
Who are the Titanfall 2 developers?
it had like a year in it. I'm thinking of like
Respawn.
Aren't they making one?
Yes.
They are. Yeah, that's
It's a
right.
first-person shooter.
yeah,
Though.
they're making a shooter.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, but I just want a Star Wars RPG. It doesn't have to be KOTOR. I don't need KOTOR.
Well, here's the thing. The Visceral one was not going to be an RPG.
Well, it's gonna be like
was
Naughty
gonna
Dog.
be
I want
an
that
action
too.
game.
I want that too. I want a Naughty Dog game too. I want a Star Wars Naughty Dog.
Every person who is a fan of KOTOR is praying for KOTOR 3. And it's never
I don't
going,
want it to happen
It's
at this
n-
point.
It's never going to happen. And at this point, with the
Well, BioWare is also a shell of its former self, and I don't want
BioWare sucks now. I want them.
I
nowhere near
don't
Star
want
Wars.
them touching Knights of the Old Republic anymore.
we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really a shame.
They
though.
already did bad enough with the Old Republic Revan expansion. I don't want them touching Knights of the Old Republic anymore.
Oy. I have the graces never to have touched that game.
Chris has been playing it lately.
Yeah. Oh no, the vanilla Old Republic, lots of fun. Very good story.
Really?
Solid game, and they made a lot of changes where it's actually really easy to get through solo. It's basically a single player game at this point. And it's a lot of fun. I have been playing it a bit, and I really really enjoy it. But I mean, I like MMOs.
Maybe I have to go back and play again.
Yeah, it's free now, so you can just pick a class and run. You can probably run through the main story the way they've adjusted it now in like 10 to 15 hours.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah, they made it a lot less grindy for solo. They even took a bunch of like the multiplayer flashpoints is what they call them. The big they're like miniature raids, but they made those playable solo too, so you don't have to have a party.
I really enjoyed the MMORPG days.
Well, did you ever play WoW?
I never played WoW, but I played like a bunch of like WoW inspired games.
Okay, well that's what I'm saying. Old Republic is literally WoW with lightsabers, which is why I was asking. Yeah,
I don't know. There was something so enjoyable about the grind. Like some people will say, like, "Oh, that game's grinding." It's like, yeah, it totally is. And it's
well, that was why you played an MMO,
right.
Yeah, which the Old Republic did a really cool thing. I mean, in vanilla it was super grindy, and the end game is still really grindy.
Yeah.
Which I mean, if that's your thing, then hey, go for it.
I mean, what's an MMO without a grindy end game?
No, yeah, and that's fine. But the coolest thing that the Old Republic did was that every character in that game is voiced. There's not a single line of text like in conversations in the game that was not voiced by somebody, which is unbelievable.
Very
to me.
clever of the original Knights of the Old Republic games to use like alien lines or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well,
you
they
can-
also had like I think they recorded like 6 sentences in each one of the things and just repeated like Kepuna. I mean, I have so many of those especially like the Twi'lek words memorized.
I remember those.
Kepuna. Hijawakanina bobo. So much of that game is committed to memory.
Chris, I feel like you were one of those guys that when you were in high school, you like dreamed about like dating a Twi'lek.
Middle school, maybe. No, at that point, I just dreamed about it. I mean, in high school, I was already dating Brittany at that point, so.
And Brittany,
It was a
you just wanted
Twi'lek.
Twi'lek Brittany.
Which is funny is I think in our campaign she's playing a Twi'lek.
Oh, she 100% will. And I
Oh,
know
That's
you
her
want I know
choice.
you want her also to be a Twi'lek.
That's her choice.
when
First off,
and encourage.
when are we
choice.
playing Star Wars meets D&D?
it's called the Star Wars role playing game.
Hotel.
Oh.
First off,
Star
my
Wars.
gosh.
Age
and
Rebellion.
as soon as I can figure out how to play the game,
I will.
Sorry, it's kind of a complicated game.
I'd love to add you to the party, Caleb. Honestly,
Caleb, oh, can you be like a friggin' Mon?
What are you talking about?
Or a
I've said for
I know.
days. I want.
that's not. First off, no.
Can you be a Bothan?
I said for like at least 10
You can
minutes.
be a boss and I can kill you off.
Yeah, and then you can stop playing with us.
Wow.
Damn,
I'm gonna be a stormtrooper.
can't be bad guys.
Yeah, I can't be. I'm a good stormtrooper.
You can't. No.
What? It's a role-playing game, Chris.
Yeah,
No.
and I define the parameters.
I'm
of
Darth
the-
Vader if you were good.
You could be a Mon Cal.
I think John's gonna be a Moncal.
You could be an Ithorian.
Ithorian.
You could not be a human because humans are lame. You could be a Solstice.
Oh, I
Sam,
remember.
you're being a human.
Yeah, but I don't want more than one human in the party.
I'm remembering the noises the Arthurian makes. You know?
Could you, if we do
The
that,
worst
could you
to
talk
listen
like
to
that?
were the Cellcat.
Oh my god.
I'm just like,
Oh no, you gotta be a Gran. That also even looks like you.
This thing is like 4 eyes and ears this big. I mean, the ears maybe, but
the Grand are actually all over the prequels.
They are.
they make
Yeah.
really annoying noises too. Yeah, exactly. I love
One
that.
of them was a pod racer, and then one of them is in the speeders in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those are, but I mean, they're like full frame, like visibly showcased because George Lucas loved to focus on characters that didn't matter.
Well, I'm playing a role-playing game in March with some friends, and so I would.
Is it D&D?
Yes,
Nerd.
it's similar.
Why did you say a role playing game instead of just saying D&D?
No, because it's not D&D. It's like
P&P,
D&E.
R&D,
TNA.
it's okay. Okay,
RNA.
can we not? I'm saying it's
X and Y.
it's a role-playing game that I'm playing in March, and I'm excited to play it, and I'm not familiar
What's
with the
it
game. I don't know. Wait a minute. Okay, you're trolling me. I forget. I don't know what it's called.
What did you say?
Is it Dungeons and Dragons?
It's not D&D. Not that I would have a problem with playing D&D, and if you play D&D, freaking more power to you. This one's
26.
actually
I
played
rolled
it.
a 26.
26. Look,
Actually
see?
rolled a
It's 26. This is 30, sir.
I'm sorry. Rolling dice is legitimately so much fun.
I need to get a dice box.
That's all we're going to do this for. Why don't you start your campaign, and I'll join you.
I legitimately, it's a ways off. I still there's so much of that book that I still have to go through just to learn, and then I have to actually write up a campaign and figure out like branching story paths depending on the choice that you guys make. And the way that the Star Wars, like the Fantasy Flight Star Wars RPG works though too, is that you don't use numerical dice, and so when you're doing stat checks with them, you essentially have. I gotta come up with the actual terms now. I believe they're called either advantage or threat that you roll.
Okay.
And let's say if you're doing like a like an athletics check or whatever, because you're like trying to jump up to a ladder in a fire
It's a
escape,
D&D.
for instance. And so you're checking your athletic skill to see if you pass. In D&D, you would roll and you'd roll probably one or two dice.
You roll a d20 for almost everything.
Yeah. So sometimes you add extras, which are
Your modifiers.
your
stat
modifiers. And
yeah.
I said, but you typically roll something, and depending on what number you had, it would be like a pass or fail, and there would be increments to that pass or fail. But it was pretty hardly defined as to how that went. Whereas in the role playing game, the advantage threat you have that you rolled can affect everything to where you can still technically pass the check, but then something else still happens. They call it narrative dice, and that all the story literally changes as you're rolling dice, as opposed to just you do this thing or you don't do this thing. It's very cool.
It sounds like it'd be a fun game to DM. As a D&D DM. Like, I feel like I would enjoy it.
I'm really looking forward to it. I've already got a bunch of scenarios put together in my head. We do actually have to sit down and do all the character creation and stuff, so I can really kind of play to that. And then I'm going to have all of us run a few instances where I think I'd like to tell like short stories of how all these characters end up in the rebellion, but that'd also be the way I'd sit down with
So
like
we're
two
playing
of you
Rebellion.
at once, and it would be like sort of a prologue to the actual campaign, but it would also be the way to introduce a lot of the basic concepts of the game to you at the same
Okay.
time.
Very cool.
But I still have a lot to go through. We've been pretty heavy into tabletop gaming lately, and I'm loving it. It's been a lot of fun. The three of us play a lot of the X-Wing miniatures game, which I think is
So
probably
much.
my favorite tabletop minigame.
It is mine.
Tabletop game
It's
ever.
a lot of fun.
It is so much fun.
It's one of those games that's easy to learn, hard to master. It's super approachable. All of the miniatures are already painted and they look very, very nice. And it's
Right.
a fun ass game.
Yeah.
Sam and I have been playing Armada. I've played through Imperial Assault before.
I've also played.
Star
we played
Wars
Imperial
Legion is
Assault
coming
together.
out soon, which I'm very
Yeah,
excited
Star Wars
about.
Legion is like Star Wars 40K.
Yeah,
Ooh.
basically.
Looks really cool.
Which I'm very excited about that. And we're going hard on the Star Wars tabletop, man, and I couldn't be happier.
Well,
about
I
it.
DM'd a game of D&D like 2 months ago.
We should do that soon. I really want to play D&D now.
Dude, D&D was so much fun.
Because I played in the past. It's been so long since I played, and I have those beautiful dice that just sit there unused.
D&D's a lot of fun.
I'd love to look. I want to be a dwarf again. I want to be throwing axes and drinking beer again.
The
man.
thing
Let's
about
do it.
DMing D&D that's easier than like what you're doing is that everyone has a base idea of how D&D works. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's easy to explain. D&D, 5th edition specifically, they have made it so easy. It's why D&D is experiencing a huge resurgence. They've made it easy to learn. Almost everything you do is based off a D20 roll.
I'm really
It's so
excited.
simple
I'm
to play
really
D&D.
excited to play 5th edition. I played, I think, 3rd.
You ever played D&D, have you?
I've never touched it
You
before.
would pick it up in 2 minutes. It's the easiest game in the world. But it's so much fun.
I think I played 3rd. I had a group that was going to play 4th, and
Third's good.
at that point I ended up just not. I remember 4th.
4th is just
The
bad.
problem that I
Yeah,
always end up with
I
is
remember
like
people
I put
having a
too
lot
much,
of issues with 4th, but then when 5th came out, like I just remember hearing that everybody loved it, and I haven't had the opportunity to play it yet.
You put too much what?
Well, I try to like build this character and create their story and whatnot, and people, I don't know how the facets of the game work, and so it's like, well, just kind of like live this character, like you are literally playing a role, and it's weird to try and like adapt to that mindset. Really.
It's something that my group was really good at. Not surprisingly, but I wasn't sure how into
Yeah,
it.
'cause your friends are nerds.
Because none of them had played before. Only one of them had played before. I could see you being good. I could see you
Nerd.
enjoying it. I know.
But when we play the RPG though, I'm going to sit down with everybody individually, and we're going to have like a character creation session. Before we do that though, if you like, go ahead and start thinking about the kind of character that you want to play, the race, and especially in like these things. And I'll give you a couple parameters to kind of fit all that stuff in, and then we'll sit down and really iron it out. But
Chris and I already did like most of this. For my
we did a lot of that already, which we're going to have to adjust some
I
things. By the way.
know.
So don't get too attached to it.
I want to be the smuggler class.
I'm
isn't
gonna
it
just have to like retrofit that into the game somehow.
There's a smuggler class in another version of the game. Same game, but it's like there's basically a scum and villainy version. You can be a
Fantasy
smuggler.
Flight has 3 core rule books for the Star Wars role playing game called Age of Rebellion, Force and Destiny, and Edge of the Empire. And while they're all technically the same game, they're all slightly different settings and have slightly different rules. In Age of the Rebellion, obviously you play as a rebel in the fight against the Empire. Edge of the Empire is you're kind of like working in the seedy underworlds. You're interacting with the Hutts a lot, usually like smugglers and bounty hunters and that sort of deal. And then Force and Destiny is, you're a Jedi is the idea, and they all, it's a role playing game. You can really define the setting like that. None of that is really. None of that is set in stone. They encourage a lot of like homebrew stuff and adjusting that sort of thing. So you could technically play as any race or class from any one of the 3. And play through it that way. It's just the rule books are really expensive, so I just went and found
the
rules
character that I
online.
basically created was I basically wanted to be Dash Rendar.
Who's
But
no longer canon.
I know I'm trying to make Dash Rendar canon again. But do you know what Dash Rendar is? Shadows of the Empire.
Han Solo
You remember when we were up till 3 a.m. playing Shadows of the Empire?
playing Roblox Star Wars Edition. Yes.
Yeah. Them
Speaking-
N64 graphics.
Speaking of Roblox, in order for us to buy more Roblox, we have a Patreon that you can give to.
We have 0 Roblox.
I'm never buying Roblox. Even if my children want to.
Please give. I need Roblox.
But yeah, we have Patreon. We also have some Facebooks, some Twitters. Yeah, check those all out. Thank you for watching. Ivan, Sam.
I'm Chris.
Chris is leaving. Goodbye, Chris.
I'm Caleb,
That's been Caleb.
friend of the show. Don't even
The friend of the show.
Dorn, don't make me come over there, sir.
I know what Chris is doing. Quick, in the podcast, quick!
What is he doing?
What are you doing?
Breaking your toys.
My Bays Malbus toy broke enough of my other toys as it is.
I'm serious, Dorn.
Oh, you fuck all over my... Oh, beer everywhere!
I just spilled a bottle of beer. I can't get up. I need help. I need help.
Oh, ow.
Are you okay, Caleb? Like, actually?
I just didn't want to lightsaber the beer in half.
Chris, you might want to get a...
I got it. I'm on it.
It's okay. This house is
No, there's...
seeping with beer.